about 15 feet away from Matt. He has not noticed it yet, and it appears to be approximately 9 feet tall and quickly taking shape. And I'm going to share it with you now. And I'm going to read you a little passage from the master himself. Shuffling towards him in the darkness was the gigantic, blasphemous form of a thing not wholly ape and not wholly insect. Its hide hung loosely upon its frame, and its rugose, dead-eyed rudiment of a head swayed drunkenly from side to side. Its forepaws were extended with talons spread wide, and its whole body was taut with murderous malignity despite its utter lack of facial description. This is from H.P. Lovecraft and Hazel Held, The Horror in the Museum. And this is a dimensional shambler.
I know, I killed one in a past life.
Yes.
Hey, Dan.
You get a sense of deja vu, don't you?
What?
Hey, Dan.
Look, Roy, books in the bucket. Dynamite now. Let's go.
Dan.
What? I
Do you
dynamite.
have any kind of weird guard dog thing on your property? Like maybe
No,
a
I don't.
T-1000?
No, I do not have a T-1000 guarding my property. Roy, dynamite, please.
So we're going to play it this way. That we're going to do round one. And
Oh, God.
I need your dexterities, please.
I will toss him the dynamite.
60.
So Dan is a 60.
I have a 50.
Okay. Let's see. Dexterity. All right. We're going to go ahead and say Dan would go first ordinarily with his 60. And we have... Oops. Let me see. Hang on a sec. Okay. If I could only... There we go. Dan with a 60. And we have Shambler with a 50. And Roy with a 50, right?
Yeah.
With 50. There's Danny. Okay, so round one, we're going to go ahead with Dan first. Dan, you haven't not yet noticed it, so why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden?
Doop. I needed a 48 and I rolled a 95.
Okay. The Shambler is next. And I need to roll some dices. All right. I've got his stuff here. Here we go. He's going to reach. Actually, he can't attack this round because he is still materializing. So, Roy, what would you like to do?
I'll toss Dan the dynamite and draw my gun.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. I think that's great. And actually, Roy, I'm going to need you to make a sanity roll.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a bad thing, but okay. Oh, yeah.
No, it's
I
not.
needed a 60. Got a 33. That's a success.
So you don't take any sanity damage, but clearly this is unlike anything you've ever seen before. And this, as you tremblingly toss the dynamite towards Roy, to Dan and pull your gun out, you can see this thing completely take flesh. And it is 9 feet tall and about 5 feet across. Its arms are very long and tipped in red, blood red nails. And we're going to come back around. Dan, you feel a presence even as you catch the dynamite from Roy. You can see that he is, clearly shaken up about something, and you see him draw a gun and point it towards whatever is behind you.
Okay. I'm going to drop the dynamite in the bucket and then spin to see what he's pointing his gun at.
Okay. You drop the dynamite into the bucket with one hand, and I believe you were just picking up the book with your other hand,
No,
but that's not in the bucket yet.
Oh, that's right, because I was reaching down.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to stick the book in next to the dynamite then.
Okay. To go ahead and do both of those actions, why don't you go ahead and give me a... How about Dex? Dex seems appropriate.
I needed a 60 and I rolled a 16. That is a hard success.
Nice. You easily get both of them in, and you turn around and look at this towering creature just taking shape over your shoulder. You do get a sense of deja vu, and I will need you to make a roll for sanity, please.
I needed a 60 and I rolled a 43. That is also a success.
Nice. So you clearly see this thing standing way above you, and it looks like it can very easily reach you, which it's now going to do.
Oh, shit.
With its 2 claw attacks. So, with his first claw attack, he is going to attempt to grab the book.
Oh, shit.
And I need to pull up my chat, I believe. All right, so I need to roll.
Damn it, Sam, you just had to leave.
What is she gonna do? Cook badly at it?
Well, son of a bitch. Missed. So unable to grab the book, but with his other claw, he's going to attempt to sideswipe you.
Oh, shit.
All right, I'm going to need you to roll a dodge.
I'm going to spend 3 points of luck to push that down to a 30.
You don't have to.
Or can I not?
You're
do
actually
it? Oh,
fine.
okay.
You're actually fine.
Okay.
He swipes over your head and basically knocks the top of the well off. And so the bucket and rope is starting to fall down. And we'll go ahead and take Roy. You're up next, buddy. You have your gun drawn.
I'm going to realize the issue and attempt to light the dynamite.
Ooh, okay. Well, this is going to be what we already talked about last time, and we're going to have you do a penalty if you want to attempt this. So what we're going to need you to do is do a skill, and let's see what would be appropriate on this one. Actually, I think, let me double check here, but character sheet. What do you guys think? Is there a skill that would be
Did he not throw the
I didn't catch what he said.
The
Dan?
I did, but he put it in the
book are
bucket.
both in the bucket currently.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm there.
So I think that's probably going to be a dex roll, and I'm going to.
I would think dexterity. Yeah.
Yep, and I'm going to need.
I missed what he was going to say because you froze, so I had to do the reconnect.
He's going to attempt to, despite having his gun drawn on the creature, he's going to attempt to light the dynamite.
Okay.
Okay. So, Roy, I'm going to need you to roll a dex, and I'm going to need you to roll an additional d10 as a penalty die.
I failed anyway.
Okay. So you were unable to light the dynamite, and we're back up to Dan.
Great. So after seeing him lunge after the dynamite and miss, I am also going to pull out a Zippo lighter from my back pocket and attempt to hit the dynamite.
All right. Go ahead and give me a dex. I don't think you're under any strain at this point, so go ahead and just normal dex would be fine. Ooh, hard even.
I needed a 60 and I hit a 20. That's another hard success.
All right. The dynamite is lit, and the shambler is going to attempt to grab the book again.
As it's falling into the well, correct?
It hasn't been pushed yet. Dynamite.
Oh, I thought because he hit the top of the well. Okay.
No. It's sort of gonna start to go here. In a minute.
Okay.
But no, I wasn't gonna have it go until next round. So, well, son of a bitch. So he missed with his first swipe. He's gonna try it one more time, and he grabbed the book. And Roy.
I'll shoot his hand.
Book.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll for that. You should have something next to your gun.
Firearms HG for handgun.
And I think, how many bullets does he have?
6.
6 bullets. And then we talked about this previously about firearms. I think there is, let's see, weapons.
There's a stat on that.
Uses per round.
Yeah, there's a firearms HG.
Yeah. I'm looking up.
Do you do that first and then roll for damage to see if you hit, or?
Hang on. So
it's the same value.
Yeah. What kind of gun do you have, buddy?
Revolver.
So like go ahead and kill that, Brian. What kind of revolver? Is it a 45, 38?
I didn't ever specify.
It should be listed down under your weapons.
Hold on.
Scroll down on your character sheet.
Hold on.
I have a guide.
I never specified
Loving
on it.
handgun, 12 bullets. We said 6-shooter. So what would be a 6-shooter, Brian, in the Old West?
It'd be what, a 357 Magnum?
Yeah, 357 Magnum's a modern, but not in the Old West.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
So what,
Let's say
a 32 or
45.
a
I think it's a
7?
45. Okay.
Okay.
You can get off
There's
three.
a 45 revolver.
You can get 3 per round is the maximum. And I'm just trying to see if there is a penalty for additional shots. I know we talked about this earlier. Firearms within base range, good. Regular difficulty. Firearm modifiers, targets point blank, range within 5th. You know what? Yeah, okay, we're going to go ahead and give you firing 2+ shots from a handgun, 1 penalty die on all shots. So, okay, so you have the opportunity now. We've already rolled 1 shot, but don't roll anything more just yet. Because, number 1, you get a bonus die because he's in point blank range, I think.
Okay.
Because your dex is 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, you know what? Maybe he's not within. He'd have to be within 10 feet.
I'd say we're all right at the well, because
Yeah, I would say that you are, Dan, but I don't think Roy is. I think he's at 15 feet away is what I said initially.
But then he moved in to try and light the dynamite.
Yeah, I did do that.
True. All right, why don't we say this? Why don't you give me a luck roll real quick? And if you're lucky, then we'll put you within point blank range. Get lucky, sucker. Ooh.
I need 18. I got 39.
Okay. So we'll say you're out of the range, so you don't get the bonus die, unfortunately, and your first shot goes wild. If you shooting 1 penalty die and shooting, it looks like you have no firing 2+ shot. You do have to take a penalty die if you fire off any more bullets, but you have the opportunity to shoot off 2 more bullets if you'd like.
What size penalty die?
The penalty dice are D10,
aren't they?
Okay. So what you're gonna do is your normal roll.
Yeah.
So it's up
I'll
to
do
you.
one more. I'll try one more.
Let me just say this: if you're gonna do one more, you might as well do 2 because it's the same penalty.
Yeah.
Makes
I say
sense?
go for it.
So do 1 first, and then roll a D10. Oh, shit.
Oh,
That's a fumble. All right, so it doesn't matter. A 76 or a 96 are both still too bad. And go ahead and roll one more time if you want. And that's also going to be a fail because a penalty is not going to help you.
Yeah.
So you have three bullets that go astray. And we're back to Dan. And this is the third round.
I'm going to see that the shamblers grab the book, go, oh no, you fucking did not. Reach behind my back, and I'm going to pull out my 45 auto and attempt to hit his hand to get him to drop the book.
Okay. Since you didn't have it drawn,
Does it take a turn to draw a weapon, or do I only...
yeah, I mean it's not readied, I guess. It's not a readied. Well, actually, you know what? No, that's fine. You can draw and fire. I think that's fine. Oh, everybody just dropped.
I'm still here.
Okay. Hey.
Right, yep, right, you're all back now.
Okay.
That was really strange. Okay, so yeah, you can go ahead and pull and fire off one shot.
Got it.
Nice.
I needed a 40, and I rolled a 32.
Okay.
So that's 6 points of damage to the shambler.
Now, does he get a bonus to that, or doesn't it matter since he already hit it?
He would have gotten a bonus die on that because he is within the 10 feet.
Okay.
But it doesn't do anything more to damage or anything like that. So how many hit points did you say?
6 damage.
6 damage, okay. Gotta go ahead and mark that down. And I'm gonna go ahead and say he needs to roll. Wow, that's pretty sweet. I didn't realize I had built out his character sheet so well. I'm gonna have him roll a dex. Yeah. And he drops the book. But it is his turn. And
he's going to pick the book up again,
he's going to try
isn't
to
he?
pick up the book again. Un moment.
I'm going to pull in an old 1950s car and hit him.
Nice.
The only problem about Santa Clara is all these damn demons.
All the fucking vampires.
I'm gonna radio in Bugsy to drop the nuke we talked about.
Ooh, shit. Let me double check.
46 points of damage.
Let me check his luck real quick here. If he has anything.
You're missing out on all the fun, Brian.
Yeah, I'm a little stressed right now.
You should
All
not
right,
have gone to that hotel.
I'm safe.
You could have all the fun. He narrowly almost grabs the book off the ground, but just barely misses it. And then he takes a swipe at Dan and misses him as well. So we're back to Roy.
I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee.
Stings when you pee?
I'm gonna give a list of sequence, and if I can't do it all, just say what the cutoff is I'm gonna try and pick the book up and throw it into the well.
Okay. And well, you see that the bucket with the lit piece of dynamite, right? Because it's lit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lit it.
Is sort of teetering on the edge. And you realize that it will be exploding here in the next round.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
go
what
ahead
I'm gonna
and
try.
give me a dex roll to grab the book.
Yeah.
Hard success, and I'll go ahead and say that it was a good enough success that if you'd like to, you could slam dunk it into the bucket and push it over.
I will do that. I will.
Are you going to give any
Slam
kind
dunk.
of sweet end of the monster movie catchphrase?
Sorry. You're better than my kids.
You're better than my kids.
My kids. All right, Dan, it is your turn, and the bucket has been slam dunked down into the well with the piece of dynamite, and you can see the rope sort of letting out very quickly all the way down.
Okay. Um, can I? Can I move and then shoot? Because I want to know if I can back away from the shambler and take a couple more shots.
You certainly can.
Can you do that in
Okay.
real life? I didn't think so.
I just didn't know because I know at that range, if we were doing D&D, I'd have to deal with an attack of opportunity, and I don't know if that's a thing in Call of Cthulhu.
Well, I think because we've already determined that you're within point blank range. I'll tell you what I'll do. How many bullets do you tend to fire off?
Well, I shot 1, so I guess I still have 7 left in my magazine.
And what's your firearm?
It's a Colt 45 automatic.
Okay, so the 45 automatic should give you a little bit more. I've actually got the rate of fire here. 45 automatic it's actually 3 that you could fire off. So same as a revolver, essentially. So you could do 3, and if you'd like, I will give you 1 point blank, and the other 2 would not be. But you will get an attack from him. 1 attack from him.
Okay, I'm going to take those odds.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your first shot. And that was an extreme success.
What did you need, and what did you get?
I rolled a 4, or I needed a 40, and I rolled a 3.
Thanks. All right, and that is 5 points of damage.
Yes, it is.
All right, so go ahead and take him
For the first bullet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was my first shot.
All right, so the bonus die does not take place because clearly that's an awesome shot. So go ahead and roll your second and third shots. Holy crap.
I needed a 40 and I rolled a 1. That is a critical success. And 12 points of damage to the shambler.
Whoa. Okay, go ahead and roll your second one. Or third, rather.
Oh, and my third one, I needed a 40 and I rolled a 61. That's a fail.
Right. All
Does
right.
he have to roll a bonus for that last one or no?
17 points of damage.
Wow, Dan. Jesus Christ. So Dan wheels away and plugs the shambler between the eyes with his second shot, and it sort of wavers for a second. And actually, there are no eyes. Where its eyes would have been. And it wavers for a second, its head sort of swaying drunkenly like an ape having been tranquilized. And then it crashes headfirst into the well. What do you and Roy want to do as it plummets down the well?
I'm going to light up a cigar and call my intramural basketball league.
Still on for 7.
And Dan?
I'm going to grab Roy and start running away from the well so we don't get, damaged by the incoming explosion potentially.
All right. Go ahead and roll Dex, please. Each of you.
I needed a 60 and I rolled a 27. That is a hard success.
Nice.
I needed a 50 and I got a 6. That cigar is so lit.
AF. The two of you scurry away from the broken well just as it explodes in a fiery light storm. And you hear a warbling growl that echoes through the night. And then you hear the scream, ululating scream that reaches to the stars. It sounds like an old man being ripped apart. And then there is a thump, and all goes dark.
Yeah, guys, I slam dunked it. We're totally going to beat Chesapeake United next week.
All right. So the two of you, buddy cop style at the end of the movie, arms around each other, slightly dinged up from the encounter, but still clearly sane, which is crazy. Irony. And head back to Blaine Manor And Dan, you suddenly realize that Samantha is awaiting your call.
Oh shit! I 1 second, Roy.
Oh shit! I
I'm
got
going
a
to
girlfriend.
I'm going to very quickly pull my phone out and dial Sam's number.
And I'll shoot him in the face.
Slam dunk my phone down the
was
well.
me
Damn
the whole
it, Roy!
Hello, Dan.
It's over.
What? You don't want to be with me anymore?
No. The book, it's gone.
Oh. Oh.
Book went down the well, and was quickly followed by a stick of dynamite that then seconds later went kaplooey.
Oh,
Oh, and we were attacked by some weird 9-foot tall monster thing without eyes.
Tell her
Yeah,
it was the T-1000.
Roy keeps telling me it was a T-1000. I'm doubting that.
What's a T-1000?
But you missed it. I like action hero style, like blam right between the eyes. It was awesome.
Are you
Adrenaline
okay?
is a hell of a drug.
Dan.
What?
You okay?
I'm fine.
Get your ass
Tell
over
her
to this
about the
hotel.
flying dog.
Tell Roy to shut the fuck up.
Roy, my fiance, tells you to shut the fuck up.
Say hi for me.
Roy says
Hi,
hello.
Roy.
She says hi.
I love you too, Sam.
Guys, Dan, you're not going to believe this, but the bar here, they serve taco fish.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, we'll go ahead and leave it at that. So let's say that Roy and Matt head back to Blaine Manor, and soon Dan goes to pick up Samantha, and Roy returns home to his loving family.
Damn
now, I need to whisper something to Roy.
Oh boy.
All right, buddy, just you and me.
Okay.
So the next morning you wake up, and even before anybody else is up, you get a call from headquarters, your boss, in fact. And he tells you that Caitlin Davies has been found dead. She hanged herself in the basement. And I'd like you to break the news to Samantha and Dan.
All right.
All right, so I'll set the scene and then give it over to you. I'll set up the phone call. All right, Samantha and Dan. You spend the night at Blaine Manor, and now that the book has been destroyed, you decide that the hotel probably was unnecessary. So you head back home and spend a quiet evening at home, and the house feels normal now. You don't get that weird, oppressive sensation. And everything seems back to normal. You wake up in the morning, and Samantha, your phone rings. It's Roy.
Hello, Roy?
Are you sitting down?
I am now.
Okay.
What's up?
I got some troubling, rough news.
Okay.
Mrs. Davies,
Yes.
they found her dead. She hung herself.
Oh, my.
But we know that this won't happen to other people
Right.
because of what Dan did.
Right. Roy,
So, yes,
thank you for telling me.
yeah, no problem.
Why don't you come over for breakfast when you're ready?
Okay. Hey, can I
Hi.
bring Greta?
Absolutely. Not
All
the
right.
kids, though.
I wouldn't.
too much.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Not the kids.
All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Dang. Wow. Okay. Who was it? Slack. Dan's boy. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're gonna turn the clock forward slightly. It is 2 weeks later. August is winding down, and already the grounds of Miskatonic are swarming with new students and their families attending orientation and swelling the coffers of local Arkham businesses. Dan's responsibilities at the security offices of Miskatonic increase. Soon, he no longer has the luxury of ruminating about the happenings surrounding Stuart Portman's diary. In fact, it is a balm he wishes nothing more than to forget. Samantha takes a sabbatical from teaching. Her drive to educate has dwindled, but her curiosity about the possibility of other dimensions, other planes of existence, has been piqued. She spends more and more time down at the Arkham Public Library, chatting with Evie and gaining access to forbidden books in the basement archives. Roy closes the sad chapter of the Davies family, filing it away in a cabinet somewhere in the Boston offices of the FBI. And that's where we'll end it.
Woo!
Good job, team.
Very nice. Yeah, that was quite unexpected. I wasn't quite sure whether or not you guys were going to fight it dead on or try to run away. or
It's all about
actually
that
maybe
strategy.
That's cool.
I thought, well, the odds were pretty good that maybe someone was going to get some sanity damage. So
Right? Yeah, that was great rolls. One bad roll in the whole.
Yep.
Look back at that. One bad roll.
Yeah. And to be honest, if
What can I say?
if Sam had come along, then the dynamic, the odds would have been a little bit different. So
Right.
it would have, it would have been maybe more increased for someone to roll back poorly. But it all worked out great.
Yep.
And I mean, Jesus, Dan fucking critical with his gun. It can't be beat. It's awesome.
That's crazy.
Military training, man.
That's right, baby.
I was in the war.
That's the worst superhero ever. Military training man.
All right.
I'm military training, man.
So we'll go ahead and end the chapter there, and next time it'll be chapter 5, but that won't be for a little while yet. And we'll go ahead and launch into this week's Recommendos.
Recommendos.
Why don't we go ahead and start with Brian?
Who's Brian?
That'd be you,
Oh, I know
No,
Brian.
He said Brian.
Brian. What's your recommendo this week, Brian?
My recommendo is Kubo. Is that how you say it?
And the two strings?
Kubo and
Yes.
the two strings?
I think,
Kubo and the
didn't you already recommend this?
I don't think so. I just watched it.
No. I
I
don't
have
think
never
it.
watched it. Yeah.
That's weird.
McKenna and I tried to watch it,
Yeah.
and she didn't care for it. She didn't like the animation style. I thought it was amazing.
Gotcha.
So I ended up picking up watching it on my own. So,
Gotcha.
phenomenal movie. Great story. Unique. Highly recommended if you haven't. I'm sure the majority of people have already heard of it and watched it. But I love my anime. Every single type of anime that's out there.
Why don't you marry it?
I did.
So tell us about Kubo.
I have a certificate. Want to see it?
Yeah, show us right now.
Gross. It's a child's podcast.
So what's the premise of Kubo?
The premise is it's this little boy who lost his father, and his mother is hiding him away, and he doesn't know the reason. He only knows that his two sisters are after him, so he can't go out at night. And, of course, all the shit hits the wall because he goes out at night, and the evil sisters find him and start chasing him, and his mother gives up her life so he can get away. And then it's the whole adventure of who he becomes.
Cool.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
All right.
I like it a lot.
How many strings does it have?
16. Oh,
Oh, that's too many.
That's too many.
Spoilers.
Okay, let's go ahead and move along with Matt.
Don't laugh, but this week I'm going to tell you that you guys need to play a game called Pony Island. It is far from what it
I don't
sounds
get
like. Pony Island is you trapped in a mysterious arcade battling against a very strange arcade machine which may or may not have been designed by the devil.
Okay.
Ooh. Is it the sequel to Brony Island?
No, unfortunately.
Nice. Is it a side scroller or?
Part of the game is a side scroller. Yes, there's like a logic puzzle component to it as well. Is a
that's
very, very good game that that definitely threw me for a couple of loops while I was playing.
All right, cool. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Gabe.
I'm going to recommend a comic book series. Well, it's kind of like a mini series. It's done. It's been done for years, but it's called Cowl but with like dots. It's an acronym, COWL, and that stands for the Chicago Organized Workers League. And the basic premise is it's the 50s or 60s, and they're a unionization of superheroes in Chicago, and all of the trials and tribulations that go with that, and people fighting the unionization having its infighting. It's a lot of fun, and the art style alone is incredible. I have some original art by the guy that did it. I like the covers of each issue I would frame. That's how good they are. There's 11 issues in total. And one of the big things that is like unique in this that I've never seen anywhere else is the creator of this released a jazz album alongside of it that he recommends. Like, it's called the Cowl Sessions, that you read them and listen to it at the same time, and it heightens the immersion. And it's just really cool all around.
Very sweet. Since it's Chicago, does it have Peter Cetera in it?
I do not believe so.
I did it all for the glory of love. No, that's right.
Nope, that's not it.
That's not it. Nope, not even close. Well, cool. We'll check that out. Do you know if it's on the comics app? That's how I
I'm
get
not
most of my
sure.
comics these days.
I would believe so. It's the Image released it. So if it has like the major comic companies, like the 4 big ones, it will be on there.
Sweet. All right. Can anybody guess what I'm going to recommend?
A horror
A
movie.
video game.
Duct tape.
Duct tape. It's good.
Woo.
I'm going to recommend an album. As you may or may not know, Roger Waters released his first rock album in 25 years.
Yeah.
Just a few days ago. Today is the 7th, and he released it on the 2nd. And I was really worried about this because I am a huge fan of Amused to Death, 1992. And clearly all his previous solo albums were also very interesting concept albums that were also socially relevant and political. Yeah, very political. So this new one, I wasn't quite sure what it was going to be about. It is called Is This the Life We Really Want? Is the name of the album. And it contains 12 songs. It's a relatively short album. I think it's 54 minutes total, which in my mind is a little too short, but that's actually the sort of going length these days. But I'm so spoiled by Pink Floyd albums and so forth. And I will say this is great. I've listened to it at least a couple times a day since I bought it.
Wow.
Actually, I didn't buy it because it's on Google Play. And it is amazing. He is the same socially conscious, political activist, very angry. And the cool thing about it is, in addition to saying fucking shit all the time, which I absolutely love, he's going over old themes and using a few sort of old riffs, but not exactly. He's sort of rekindling old riffs and tracks from everything
Riff
from
tracks?
riff tracks. Everything from Wish You Were Here to Dark Side of the Moon to metal to every album that you can think of that he was a part of back in the day, he's sort of taken a little bit from and reworked it for today's world. And it's just amazing how a lot of those same political criticisms and social criticisms that he made 25, 30, 40 years ago are completely applicable. And you better believe he has a Trump snippet on there. And he a couple of the great lyrics are Nincompoop for President and was it a leader with no fucking brains. I just love that series of lyrics. He's like, picture a how's it go? Picture a courthouse with no fucking laws. Picture a whorehouse with no fucking whores. Picture a shithouse with no fucking drains. Picture a leader with no fucking brains.
Lyrical genius.
Just great. Just great. It's fun because he's, in the past, I think he's sort of taken on the roles of those. If you think of like Money and, Have a Cigar, those tracks, he takes the role of the bad guy. But in this one, he is pointing out our own fallacy for not recognizing those terrible, terrible people who are still in power today. So it's got me.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's when the people who make the laws can retain power, then that's where we end up. So I highly recommend Is This the Life We Really Want? Roger Waters is sort of a distinctive taste in music, so you kind of have to be in for it. Otherwise, it might not be your cup of tea. But at least give it a few listens, and I think it'll grow on you. It's kind of brilliant. And I think a producer from Coldplay and Beck's dad are involved in the production. So it's kind of really cool musically as well.
Damn it, Beck's dad!
Damn you, Beck's dad! So.
Damn you!
All right, well, that's going to be it for episode 31 and the end of chapter 4 for the Lovecraft tapes. We thank you for listening. Please subscribe on iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our social media, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our wiki. You can find me on Twitter at lovecrafttapes.
And if anyone wants to buy several pounds of thermite, hit me up on Twitter at @therealweirdkid.
Honey, I think Amazon has a really good return policy. If not, contact me at Brian Podcasts.
And you can follow me at Lovecraft Games. I'll be.
Or if you're really into Gabe, you can find him on AsianDate.com.
Oh yeah.
Still.
Still email me.
All right. Well, until next time, guys. Roll for sanity.
We did, and we got successes. So.
No, I think we need